Today, God is saying that you've inherited His creative nature. Your inner self is like a wheel of nature, turning in harmony with my spirit, creating a beautiful connection like a wheel within a wheel. Just like when I breathed life into Adam and he became a living soul, I've breathed into you too, so you can shine bright like a flaming fire filled with my glory. God says, "Open your mouth wide, and I'll fill it." In your language, life begins and death begins. Talk about life so you can truly live it. When you speak my word, it becomes the foundation and strength that shapes what comes next in your life. You can take the land. You can take what I have for you because I've already shown it to you. You know your stuff, and you're not new to this either. You've been called for a reason, and today, it feels like heaven's blessing is right there with you. Step out today from the heavy weight of regret. Step out from the shadows of past disappointments, like the Gadarene, dealing with the sharp edges of your previous mistakes. It's all good, you're forgiven. You're free to go. Today, you're breaking free like a bird escaping from a trap. I'm intertwining myself with you and writing myself into you. You're like a letter of fate, crafted with a permanent quill that has the sharpest tip of my authority. Who can keep you from what I've set out for you? Go forth, O man of God. Step forward, O woman of God. Hey, this is your moment. Right now, there's a powerful change happening, rolling away the barriers that hold you back. It's all about stepping into a fresh start in every situation and challenge you encounter. Hey, so God is saying today to put on those garments of God. I took on the form of a sinful person so that you could embrace the sinlessness of who I am in your life. You don't have to be stuck in sin. The cross has set you apart from sin. Sin won't have control over you anymore. Your hidden struggles and the intense desires that have held you tight are now set free. You're free. Let go of those chains and get back on your feet. Check out those prison doors of shame wide open in front of you. You won't be stuck anymore by the ties of wrongdoing or the heavy chains of your mistakes. I've set you free through the sacrifice at Calvary, inviting you to leave behind the tombs of regret and shame. It's time to step into the joy of my character and holiness in your life and journey. Don't be like the dog that goes back to its mess. You've got a choice to make. Choose not to give in to the desires of the flesh. The actions we take often revolve around indulging in forbidden pleasures and savoring hidden delights. That's the misconception, but the reality is that I embody the source of living water and I am, in essence, the bread of life. Join in and be a part of who I am, says God. Take in all the wonderful things I've provided for you to enjoy fully. Let yourself dive deep into my presence and experience a joy that's beyond words, a joy that comes only from me. You're looking great. You're free. Your clean-washed soul won't be tainted by the motions of sin anymore. Here we are, starting fresh with that life you've been wishing for in me, and I'm giving it to you right now, no strings attached. Today, God is saying that He is the God of superabundance. You're my beloved son and daughter, and I want you to know that there's nothing I won't do for you. Go ahead and ask. Feel free to ask away. Go ahead and ask for the unlikely, and watch as the impossible turns into something real in your life. Let's move on from those weak prayers. Stop all that complaining in your prayers that religion has instilled in you. When I brought Christ back to life, it opened the way for you into the holiest place. Step right up. Come with an open heart. There's a treasure waiting for you up there. The abundance of heaven is overflowing, ready to bring all the good things into your life. Just go ahead and accept it. Go ahead and get it. Shift your perspective to understand that I am a kind and generous God. That's enough. What I did on Calvary covered the complete cost of the penalty for the sin that was against you. It's all good, you're forgiven. You've been cleared in the courts of heaven. The decision is in your favor. The prison doors are wide open, ready for you to step out and embrace your freedom. Your heart isn't that dark, decaying place of a lost soul anymore. The living Christ is right there with you. The call of God is resonating inside you. My goodness and power are pushing away all darkness and shining a bright light in every part of your life and being. You're free. You're one of my free ones. Embrace that freedom today as your rightful gift in me, through faith. Today, God is encouraging us to look for the things that are above. Look for and focus on the fullness of my glory, because in my glory, I've given you everything you need for life, transformation, and meeting any and every need you might have. You don't need to chase after material things, you know why. All those blessings will come to you and surround you when you chase after me. Hey, do you have any idea what this means? When you look for me, you'll notice what I can do. People out there, the ones who lack faith and belief, seem to stuff themselves with all sorts of temporary things, but they never really find satisfaction. I'll fill you up with treasures from above, and you'll see just how great your reward is. Your joy will be overflowing. Hey, take a moment to embrace what you're entitled to in me today, says God. Ignore those who frown and claim in a sarcastic way that I'm not a generous God. I loved what I gave, and I haven't stopped giving since then. If I didn't hold back my son, my one and only son, the beloved of heaven, then why would I ever hold back anything less from you? Even if I were to give you all the riches in the world in an instant, it wouldn't compare to what I've already given you through Christ. So, take in the resources that empty religion misleadingly claims I won't provide you. They're just lost leaders, stumbling around in their mess of shame. Get up and get going. Get ready and embrace everything I have in store for you today, says God. Before the video continues, please like the video, share it with your family and write Amen in comment. God is saying today that there are no shortages in heaven. Heaven has everything it needs, and I'm here to help you experience a bit of that in your life right now. The treasures of heaven just keep growing, never running low. You've got this amazing right to tap into all the incredible resources of glory here on earth. I mentioned that I would take care of all your needs from my abundant riches in glory. Are you riding high on success? Are you tapping into all the blessings that are out there for you in the glory? Take a moment today to step into the kingdom's economy and see that the way of man won't dictate what your fortunes truly mean anymore. Start your day by using the kingdom's currency. God says that faith is the currency of my world. Put your faith to good use. Focus your faith on what you need. Put your faith into what your heart truly wants. Talk to your mountain and let your faith shine through. Are you chatting with your mountain? What are you telling your mountain? Are you thinking, wow, that mountain is growing? Or are you telling it, get out of here and throw yourself into the sea? Get up on your feet, God says, and talk to that mountain of things that go against my purpose. Just watch how it gets tossed into the sea, making way for the real results of your prayers in your life. Hey, guess what? God is saying that today, you're not just a regular human. You're something fresh and new. I needed to create something new for you so you could experience my glory. You're something entirely new, a whole new species. That's why I was referred to as the last Adam and the second man. I wrapped up the whole human experience with the death on the cross. Sin was put to rest on the cross, and I opened the door for you to move from what was cursed to what is truly blessed by God. You've made the journey from darkness into the bright and real experience of my kingdom. You've made the journey from darkness to light today. You've moved from death to life. Since death couldn't keep me down, it won't be able to keep you down either. God says that even sickness can't keep you down, because sickness is just a form of limited death. If sickness had its way into your body, it could lead you straight to the grave. Fight off sickness like you would stand up to the devil, because all illness comes from him. I can't pass on any sickness to you since I don't have any myself. In heaven, there's no sickness at all. Where do I need to go to get sick if those clueless scribes and Pharisees are right about questioning my faithfulness like that? I would never pick sickness for you. I would never pick death or disability for you. I know what I've picked. What about you? What are you going for? God encourages us to choose life and embrace it fully, because the essence of the cross is all about bringing life from death. Hey, just remember that your miracle is happening right now. Today, God is saying that the fullness of deity is living in you through His Spirit. I'm always here for you, no matter what. If I were to leave you, I'd be leaving a part of myself behind, because I'm so connected to you in heart and spirit, grounded in faith and truth. If I were to leave you, I'd have to give myself an eviction notice, and that's just not happening. You are the place I choose to be, my dear. I can't think of a better place to be than right here, fully present and shining brightly within you. I live in you as your rebirth. Do you get that you'll rise, not just because of what's above you, but because of what's inside you, deep down in your bones? I can't let death take you away, because if I did, I wouldn't be the God of life anymore. I'm not the God of the dead, I'm the God of the living. Embrace life today. Let's put an end to that idea of death that claims, we'll get it figured out eventually. I don't need death to deepen my understanding of what's inside you. Death is like an adversary. Death is the final foe. I don't need death, and I don't use it to achieve any of my goals. I don't rely on death to help me keep even the smallest of my promises. My spirit brings life, not death. Say no to death today and embrace life. Just remember, there's a promise and real substance in me that religion often claims you'll only find after death, but the truth is, you can experience it right now. Tell your soul, I want mine right now. Get what Enoch got. You're stepping right into what you've been hoping for, and your breakthrough is here. Today, God is telling you to stand up for your freedom. Where my spirit is, that's where you'll find freedom. Don't let anything or anyone that doesn't come from my spirit hold you back. You're free from any outside pressures. No one can control you unless you let them. Don't let circumstances get the best of you. It's all about how you handle the pressure. Find ways to stand up to the pressure that's weighing you down. Tell yourself, the power of God within me is stronger than any pressure from the enemy or the challenges trying to bring me down. Don't ever let yourself feel trapped. Don't wrap yourself up in a victim mindset. Let go of the heavy feelings of self-referral and self-pity. You are the ones I've saved with my hand. The gospel of my truth is like the abstract kept in heaven that reflects your freedom and your story. Grab hold of the scepter of righteousness that I've worked hard for in your life. You're looking great. You've been accepted. You've got a world of possibilities waiting for you. Talk to the mountain and tell it to move away. Pray against any situation or condition that goes against my promise in your life. Your share is freedom. In my kingdom, liberty is where it all begins for you. Don't let anyone, whether human or demon, push you around. Don't ever give in to the situation. Focus on my promise and trust in me for what you hope for. Your past doesn't have to control your future anymore. Your promise is here, and today, the day star is shining in your heart, guiding you to your place of blessings. Before the video continues, I request you to comment Amen and please help me by doing super thanks. Your support means a lot to us. God is saying today that the old has gone, and everything is new now. I've taken on myself all the curses and burdens from hell that might be coming your way. Just like I've been brought to new life, there's a resurrection life flowing through you too. Where can we find sickness and disease? It's not included. Where can we find weakness and disability? It's lifted by my power. Where can we find death? It doesn't have any bite left to it anymore. You're all mine. I'm all yours. A love relationship is starting to blossom. A new favor has come your way today. You've been welcomed into the beloved. You're recognized as a beloved son and daughter in my kingdom. Hey there, just a little reminder to feel encouraged today, says the Father. Taking courage and comfort from my word isn't vain or naive at all. It seems like the world is trying to get you down and make you feel frustrated about everything going on around you. Anger isn't something that comes from the spirit. No wisdom comes from a furrowed brow. Celebrate and allow the peace and joy that is part of my kingdom to fill you and rise inside you. God says to laugh with faith. Just say, "Bah, ha, ha," because that's the kind of joy from God that can bring down all the enemy's strongholds in no time at all. God says, "I'm right here with you, and I'll always be by your side." Your Father says this is your security and your comfort, even in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation. Hey there. So, today, God is reminding us to focus on the things that matter, the things above. You're so much more than just something that came from the dust realm. The dust realm is where the serpent gets its meals. God says there's nothing for you here, no nourishment for your soul in this dusty realm. I've shared with you today the hidden manna that can only be discovered in my glory. Forget about the empty stuff that might feel good for a bit but ends up weighing you down with guilt and sadness. You're so much more than just flesh and blood. I took on a physical form so you could become a being of spirit and vitality. I'm embracing my life today. Today, God is saying that the drink of life is generously offered to you. Hey, Michael, the awesome prince, is here with my people today. Even if it feels like the whole world is against you, I've got your back with angel warriors and angel reapers ready to fight for you and support you. Rejoice, God says, because your name has been declared in the Lamb's Book of Life, and that means change is at hand. God says to embrace the change that I'm bringing. Embrace the idea that you're an eternal being experiencing a temporary life. Use this time to show grace, live fully, and tackle every challenge that comes your way with my strength. Since I come from above, you also come from above because I've welcomed you to myself. You're more than just human. You're a new creation. Through the cross, I wrapped up the old Adamic race, and with the new birth, I brought you to me, lifting you as God's men and God's women here on earth. So, embrace this truth and show it in every thought, word, and action as you go about your day today, says your Father. God is saying today that even if heaven and earth were to fade away, His love for you will always remain strong and never be taken from you. Today, God says, I've set my love on you. Even when others look down on you and you might feel that way about yourself sometimes, that's never how I feel about you. I love you simply because I love you. Feeling hate towards yourself or being swayed by how others look at you is just a mix-up in understanding who you truly are. What you choose to do or not do doesn't shape how I see you. Your right to stand before me isn't influenced by what you do or don't do. I'm part of your life because of who Jesus is and what He achieved for us on the cross. This is what it means to be righteous. It's not about what you do. It's all about grace through faith that allows you to stand before me without any shame or guilt. Lift your head, the Father says. Be that timeless gate that raises its head in praise and worship when I'm around. You've been welcomed into the Beloved. You're all good. You're safe and sound in my space, wrapped up in my embrace. The Christian life isn't meant to feel like you're constantly under the threat of a sword hanging over you, ready to bring down religious condemnation at any moment. The Father says, "I love you." From a timeless perspective, I'm here to share my love with you, right in the midst of your everyday life and the limits of time and space. What about sin? It's all good. What about shortcomings? It's in my empowering grace that you find transformation, lifting you to embrace a fresh start in life. The effort has come to a close. You don't need to earn spiritual favor anymore because you're already receiving all of heaven's blessings through my endless love and support. Today, just take a moment to say in your heart, "Not my will, but yours be done. I want to shine through you. I want to bring beauty to your inner self through the display of my spirit and my power." Today, God says to embrace the gifts from heaven. Gifts like healing, speaking in tongues, performing miracles, and having discernment are all part of the fullness that fills everything. It's all about manifesting myself in you so that you can truly show who I created you to be. Hey, just remember, you're not a failure. You're not cursed. Some people might have said negative things about you, but I've always seen the good in you. Some people might have laughed at your hopes, but I'm not one of them, says God. I haven't made fun of you. Instead, I've sent the only begotten into the world to help make your deepest desires and biggest dreams come true in your life. God says there's no lack. I'm doing just fine, so you're doing just fine too. Are you going to trust the bank balance of your financial institutions over the heavenly balance that I've promised you? Hey, listen up. God is saying that He's like a blank check, and the vaults of heaven are wide open for you to take whatever you need, just by having faith. That might not be what you've learned from others, but it's really up to you to decide whether you trust the straightforward message of my word or the complicated theories and ideas of doubt that people use to undermine it. Stay grounded in me. Embrace the mindset I had, the Christ mind, which helped me conquer the wicked one. It's the same mindset that's here to empower you from above, ready to transform the challenges you're facing. God is saying today, let your testimony be, I go to the Father. Whenever you find yourself questioning the direction of your life, just keep this in mind. You were with me long before the world was created, and you'll be with me through all the endless ages to come. If you're able to take it in, you're right here with me now, sitting in those heavenly spots way above all the authorities and powers, and every name that's out there. You're not limited by time or senses. Don't let anything that comes from time or your five senses decide what will happen. Let that declaration echo within you, the heavenly song that frees you and sets you free in ways words can't fully express. Today, the song of the Lamb is being shared with you. Hey, can you feel that beautiful melody that echoes inside you? It has this amazing power to break free from anything holding you back, every lie and all the negativity that might try to creep into your life. God says to stand up in that song today. Hey, it's time to tune into my sound and not get caught up in all that noise and chaos that comes from the enemy's limited power. My song, the song of the I Am, is resonating within you and around you to liberate, heal, and set you free. Today, God is bringing you into your blessing place.